Hello everyone, this is Spluff5 here, and this, I actually have no idea what to call this episode. I think we'll rename it. Alright. I'm making a brand new adventure map. Yay. Called, I have no idea, but I'm going to think of a name right now. I just thought of one. It's called Beast Block. Okay? It is now called Beast Block, and it is a FTB Ultimate version of Skyblock. I actually made one in the past called Technosky that never went public. That was made with the Technic pack. But yeah, this is different. And what the heck is going on? We've got blank screen. Yay. Anyway, this video is going to probably be slightly longer than my usual half hour. And it's just going to be me developing the map. I'm just starting. Although I've got a couple of good ideas. There's going to be a boss battle. A Steve's Cart boss battle. The boss will be a Steve's Cart. And yeah, stuffs like that. And what is going on? Oh, yeah. Cool beans. Yeah, I may have just cut out there for a minute with resizing and stuff. And, whoa, my sensitivity is feeling funky. First of all, we can have render distance nice and generous because there's no terrain to cause lag. Hallelujah. We also have graphics fast. Alright, I mean fancy. And, sensitivity's all wrong. I usually have mine at about 67 is my usual sensitivity level. Whoa, it's just lagging because it's loading stuff. I thought because it was... Oh no, yeah, that's better. Alright. Yeah, that's my normal sensitivity. Okay, so... First of all... Creative Plus, so we can't die. Second of all, alright, first things first. Okay, a thing I found in Skyblock is that it is too difficult to get food. I mean, it's not difficult, but I'm going to give you some food to start off with. In the form of some cans. Is it called can? It might be called filled can. Here we go. So you get one can of schmeat. You still get the lava bucket, but instead of ice... You get, because I have any iron, I can do this, you just get a water source block. Because I have any iron, it'll make things easier. But I might make the render distance normal. And it's laggy. Alright, tree. You seem legit. I think you're okay. Yeah, the island I'm not going to change up too much. I think the island is good. Okay, let's track down the sand island. There's major changes that need to happen here. Okay. First of all, I'm going to replace the bottom layer with sandstone. Because people hate it when it's like it is. Alright. But that means that there will be less sand on offer. I might get a wand of equal trade to stop it from falling down. I'm not sure whether this will actually stop it from falling down. In fact, to select the sand without making it fall, I'm going to fly all the way back here. Right, we got sandstone as a selected thingy. Alright, let's go back, and we're lagging for some reason. So yeah, but you can still get sand with a medium stone. Alright, why the lag? Come on, this is... Right. Well, that was successful. I thought it might have done that, because it's still a block up... Okay. Still a block update. I thought it might have done that. It was worth a shot. Alright. Okay. I seriously did... Alright. Well, yeah. There's going to be a Mistcraft age that you can go to as well. Even though Mistcraft is in the mod pack... It is banned, that's one of the rules. You cannot make ages in order to get to land. And there's not really any way to stop you from doing it because you can get paper and leather pretty easily. Okay. No, I don't like this render distance. That's my dilemma. I don't know why it's... Yeah, we'll go normal. Wait. Graphics fast. So it shouldn't lag as much. Alright, so we have our new sand island as opposed to our old sand island. Let's put the cactus back. Now, I'm thinking, should I just make it a tiny cactus, or would that be too evil? Well, what can you do with a tiny cactus? Can you still turn them into cactus green? You can... Wow. No way am I just putting a tiny cactus. Alright, can you get the cactus out of a pot? The flower pot. I want a cactus, not a cactus. Right, can you get the cactus out of a flower pot once it is in the flower pot? Because I might do that. That might look quite cool, actually. Okay. There's also going to be more than just 2 islands. Okay, let's go into survival mode so we can find out. Okay, punch. Yes, you can. That just flew off the edge because I was unlucky. Cool. So that's definitely what we're doing. We want a cactus and we want a pot. Cool. Definitely doing that. Pot. There we go. Alright. So, the cactus will not grow by itself. Actually, yeah, I'll do it like this. And I might have told you the story in Sky Bros. Of I was playing Skyblock and an Enderman decided to come waltzing onto this island, pick up the cactus, and then despawn while holding it. So I didn't have any cactus. So yeah, that should hopefully fix that issue. Okay. 10 obsidian, blah, blah, blah. Alright. This is when we change it. Goodbye, melon. I'm going to build a abandoned mineshaft island that will have the melon seeds on it. So yeah, you have to go down there to get it. I'll leave the pumpkin in there because I can. Although, actually, what I'll do... Should I do this? Leave in the comments whether you want me to do this. Oh, I could put a pumpkin seed bag in there. For now, I'll make it pumpkin seeds, but leave in the comments whether you want it to be a pumpkin seed bag or not. Alright, 10 obsidian. I am actually not... Go away, fly. Right, can you turn pulverized obsidian back into obsidian? It's just my timey thing. Come on, pulverized obsidian. Can I turn you back into obsidian? I can... Not that way, I can't. I can turn it to tiny piles of obsidian dust. I can turn it into all sorts of things that way. Reinforced rails. No, I cannot. Alright, plan B. There were 10 obsidian in there originally. What I know is that you can do this. I'm looking for a lava cell. Here we are. Usage. Whoa, I didn't know you could do that. Okay, where are we? We want... Here we go. Make a block of obsidian. So you have to craft it. Now, you need... To make 10 obsidian, we would need probably 20. Of each. In fact... Oh no, because you need to get to the nether to make an unlimited water source, so I won't be that evil. Right, there you go. So that's your nether portal in the making there. Pumpkin seeds. Now, also, a thing I decided to do was a way to automate your cobblestone generator. Now, the way I decided to do that was the means of a block breaker. So I'm going to give you the materials for a block breaker. First of all, you need an iron pickaxe. I'll see if I can remember this recipe off the top of my head. In fact, I want it to be centered. How am I going to make it centered? You need an iron pickaxe, a piston, what else do you need? A piece of redstone and some cobblestone, I believe. Alright, piston, redstone, where are we? Redstone, there we are. Okay, redstone. Let's just actually double check. That I've actually got this right. Yes, I do. And you can get the cobblestone from cobblegen. In fact, I'm going to change this up. I'm going to give you 2 pieces of redstone. And I'm going to turn the piston into iron. No, I'm going to turn it into iron nuggets. Okay, iron nuggets. Now, you need 9 iron nuggets for an iron ingot. In fact, I might just give you enough iron nuggets to create the pickaxe and stuff. Oh, but I don't want to give you... Ooh, that's a problem. I don't want to give you enough to create a minium stone yet. Let's go back to just the piston. Going back to the piston. And 1 less redstone. Now how are we going to do this with the pumpkin seeds? Because I want them to be centered. I know. I'll put the piston there and the pickaxe there. Okay, that is now your desert island chest. You can get a block breaker and help you dig up some of that cobblestone. I'm going to just turn down my sound a little bit so you can hear my voice over the very noisy chest. Alright, so we have the desert island has been reworked and so is the chest there. Alright, now when you first spawn in, you face this chest. So I'm going to put a monitor, a computer monitor here saying, hello, welcome to Beast Block and all that stuff. First of all, wait, X, so that is our, I call it a mega map. I'm not sure what its proper name is, because that's the mini map up there on the corner, so that's the mega map. I don't know. Should I have a thing saying, hello, welcome to Beast Block? I'm not sure. I'm going to make it day, because I can. Alright, I think we should start working. I think I should probably revamp the Nether Island as well. Right, to get to the Nether, I'm going to put some... I'm not going to bother building a portal, because that will be a massive waste of time. I'm just going to put a portal block down. Right, there we go, portal block. Now, doesn't that work well? Okay, so, what is here? Alright, let's fly up so that noise doesn't annoy us. Right, we got 2 mushrooms, some glowstone. Yeah, that all seems legit. What's on the chest? Right, ice, sugarcane, and a sapling. Okay. First of all, I'm going to turn the ice into another water source. Yeah, a water source block. And put it in the middle. Goodbye, ice. Yep, so that's that. What else am I going to do? I am... Ooh, sugarcane. I think I'll make you sugarcane seeds. We want... Yeah, it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to take ages to find it. I probably missed it too. Reed. It's called reed seeds. Oh, no, they're there. Right. Reed seeds. And, okay, birch sapling. Should I even have a birch sapling? Because you can change, you can breed up the trees. Yeah, okay, make you a birch sapling. Cool. So yeah, that's the new chest in the nether. Now, is there a kind of a nethery chest I can put down? See all the chests we've got at our disposal. Apparently, what's that? Secret camo chest. How secret? That is quite secret. That might be cool. Super secret camo chest. Oh, the mushrooms. How am I gonna Oh, it's really hard to replant mushrooms these days. Right, you mushrooms are no longer growing. Here. Because I told you so. You will now... Should I... No... I'll get a bag. A canvas bag. Dye it red and call it the Magical Mushroom Bag of Magicalness. Right, let's get some rose red and a crafting table to dye it red, and then we're also going to need an anvil to rename it. Alright. Alright, magical red bag of magical mushroomness, and it could have more than, yeah, it's going to have more than just the 2 mushrooms. Alright, got our magical mushroom bag of magical mushroomness. We're going to call it the magical bag of mushrooms. Alright, the magical bag of, not of magical mush. Can I fit mush? Oh, yes I can. Alright. I can't fit mushroomness. I'll just call it mushness. Oh, I can't fit mushness either. Then I won't be able to fit shrooms. Call it shrooms. Go away, mosquito. There's a mosquito in my room. Alright, there we go. That's alright, shrooms. The magical bag of magical shrooms. And that is the reference to something. Got rid of the mosquito. Okay. Alright, magical bag of magical shrooms. You... Go away, Anvil. Alright, you will house... Now, what mushrooms have we got at our disposal? Normal mushrooms, mush glooms. No, I think we'll just have these 2, because there's not really any other ones. And there's going to be more than one island in the nether. Alright, we have our magical bag of magical mushrooms. Which will go... Is there something I can, like, put it in? Like a display... Oh, one of those case things. No, how about a shelf? I could put it all on a shelf. I could put everything here, actually. Yep, that's what I'll do. I'll put everything on a shelf that will sit against the nether portal. Right, there's a nice little shelf. Okay, we have the seeds. The water, that looks really weird. We have the birch sapling and the magical bag of magical mushroomness. This will look a lot better and fancy. Also, fun tip, you can put flowing water in an item frame and it looks quite interesting. Oh, also you can put torch, in fact this is quite a nice, interesting trick. 1 minute, and item frames. Alright. Item frames, wait, no, you can put a item frame behind a torch. That looks quite interesting. Because they're entities. Okay. So yeah, magical shelf of magicalness. And this looks a bit bland. Oh well. Alright, let's head back to the overworld. Let's try that again. Boom. Right. Right, let's smash that portal. Alright, now I think we should start working on another island. I think the first one that I usually do is the Industrial Craft Island out in this direction. So let's get a building block so I can build out, or I could just use a turtle, but I'm just going to use building blocks because I can't be... I suck at Lua programming. So let's just see if we can do this with a turtle. See if I'm magical enough to do it. I've lost already. I think you go Lua, and then forward 12 blocks. Let's try that. Okay. Forward. Go. I fell. What do you want from me? Okay. But we can just build out there. And I'm going to do it with an easy block to build with, such as diamond ore. Reasonably easy to build with. Also, I usually, well, last time I made this map, or tried to make it, I built the Industrial Craft Island quite a bit lower. Like, about this much lower than the normal island. Do you think that's far enough away? Yeah, I think that's about the same distance as the other one. Maybe a couple more blocks. Right, that is far enough. Right, and I made it out of grass and dirt. Not good dirt, just normal dirt. Okay, now this is what I did. I made it like this. It was quite an... Oh, lag. It was a rather interesting shape. It was sort of a T shape, but not really. Okay, it had that bit there. And then it had something like... Yeah, it was shaped like this. And it was only 2... Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3 blocks high. No, I think part of it was 2 blocks high. And part of it was 3 blocks high. I think it was a bit like... that. Right, so that means that... Yeah, we should do this. There's also water on it. Somewhere. No, I had to change that. No, never mind. Because I had a coffee plant planted on it, but the coffee plant kept dying, so I had to put water there. But I didn't want... Well, yeah, now I don't want people to grab the water and make an unlimited water source and use that to get additional obsidian. Okay, so yeah. Then there was... What else was on it? There was also a rubber tree. There was a rubber tree that did not have any rubber spots on it, so they had to get a sapling from it. If they wanted to do industrial craft, obviously. Alright. Bone meal. Go. Oh, did we get lucky and not get any? That would be really awesome. No, it has a resin spot. And it is also the morning. Okay, how am I going to extract that resin spot without decaying too many leaves? Like that. That was magical. Alright, we want rubber wood and we want it yesterday, so come on. Good, alright. And we also need rubber leaves. I think they're just called leaves. And where are they? Yeah, these are them. Okay. Cool. Alright, no decay, I believe, occurred. So yeah, there is a rubber tree without any resin spots on it. Alright. There was also a chest. Well, it was originally a personal safe, but I'm just going to make it a chest. And I'll put that there. And in... Oh, what was in the chest? I think there was some copper and things. Because this is kind of the only way to get copper without getting very extensively into bees, so I want to help these guys out. Whoever's playing this. What should I give them? Copper nuggets, maybe? Or copper ore? I'm thinking copper ore. Wait, which copper ore is this? That's not industrial craft copper ore. Neither is that. Where's industrial craft copper ore? Oh no, I'll just give them copper dust. Here it is. So they have to smelt anyway. But they can't double. Yeah, that's okay. Copper dust. How much copper dust? I think they gave them... Oh no, I remember what was in here. There was enough materials to make a solar panel... No, 2 solar panels and a macerator. well, since solar panels, because there's grid tech, are hellishly expensive, I'm just going to give the 2 solar panels, or maybe some other form of energy. How much does a water generator make? Oh no, because how would they fill it without completely consuming their bucket? In fact, I have some experiments to run and research to do. Alright, first of all, yeah, water gen, maybe. Okay, macerator. Can one water generator power a macerator? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna get some cells. So yeah, you'll have to use. In fact, that means you'll have to go to the Nether Island before you get here. Otherwise, you will not have anything to power this macerator with. Alright, go. Alright, is that enough to run this macerator? What can we macerate? We can macerate... Can we macerate diamond ore? Just asking. Oh yeah, we can. Alright. Yes, 1 water gen is enough to power a macerator. Okay, that is some useful information. That means it would produce about 2 EU per tick, because I think that's the minimum that a macerator needs. Okay. To craft, you can get the wood yourself. You just need a... Oh no, if I give them a generator, then they'll just use that and burn wood, and they won't have to spend ages trying to build up enough power. So I'll give you 1 water generator, because if you can actually use 2 to turn back into a generator, so I don't want that to be the case. And it's not a mill, it's a turbine. Get it right. Okay, and a macerator. And a macerator requires a machine... Not a block, a block. Oh yeah, machine block. In fact, I'll just type in machine. Okay, machine block, so I can give them that. You can get the... Oh, because of grid tech, it'll be hellishly expensive. Maybe just a macerator. In fact, can I still use the old recipe? I don't want the usage. In fact, I'm going to cut the recording here. And I will be back in a minute once I've assembled the contents of this chest. And I'm back, and I just decided to go with a normal macerator. Otherwise, if I gave them electronic circuits, they could have done things, and I gave them diamonds. Yeah. I just went with a normal macerator. Also, things that I'd like to put in these chests. What other materials are there, like world gen? Well, there's tin. Get that from another source. Uranium. Now, what I decided to do was to force people to make a breeder reactor. Force them. So, I thought that was quite a good idea. I don't know, leave in the comments if you want to. I'm completely open to suggestions. Whether you like my ideas, you think my ideas are the worst in the world. I don't know. Okay, I decided to make the bottom of this thing stone. Why are we getting lag? Hate lag, it's annoying. Alright. Right, force you to create a breeder reactor. First of all, can you somehow double your ore output of uranium? Indeed. By maceration. And you will have a macerator at your disposal. So, I think 1 uranium ore should be sufficient. That way you can get 2 uranium dust. Wait a minute. Right, 2 uranium dust. And getting 2 uranium dust means you can make 2 refined uranium. And then you can get your near depleted uranium cells. Oh, not usage, I want recipe. near depleted uranium cells from surrounding one of the refined uranium with cells, and you breed them up using the other refined uranium. So, yeah. I thought that was quite an elaborate solution. Maybe a little over-elaborate, but who cares? So, yeah, uranium, also. Cool. Massive pillar of diamond. Little overpowered, I think. Let's dispose of it. I'm clicking very fast. So, okay, next island we're going to do is the Thorncraft Island. Now, the Thorncraft Island I had before. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I keep saying before. I originally planned to make this using the Technic Pack, but there were version issues and no forestry in the Technic Pack, and things got complex very quickly. So, no. So, yeah, in the old version, the Forestry Island was... No, not the Forestry. The Thorncraft Island was really high up in the air, so I'm going to do that. It also protects you from rain, which is a bonus, because rain is annoying. Now, it wasn't very big. I think it was a rather small island. It was about half the size of the main island. Maybe 2/3 of the size. There were also islands that you had to fly to on a magic carpet, but since we don't have magic carpets anymore... No, it was a lot higher than this, but I think that should be high enough. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that. Okay, so what it was made out of, it was a silver wood tree and a chest of stuff. Alright, first it was just a standard dirt and grass job. It wasn't very big. No, it was a dirt, stone and grass job, because it had something else on it. Yeah, it was in fact, it was exactly 2/3 of the size of the main island. Oh no, not exactly. A little bit bigger than 2/3. A little bit bigger. Okay. So the reason I'm making it stone is because it had some of this infused stone stuff. I'm going to give it 2 of them, because, yeah, you find them in amounts of 2. So, and the other varieties were scattered around the map, and you had to go find them. There was one in the nether, and, well, originally there were, because Thorncraft 2 was when I made this, so yeah, there were 5 in the overworld and 1 in the nether, but now there's going to be 4 in the overworld and 1 in the nether. The one in the nether was obviously the fiery one. Alright, so... there we go, that's Thorncraft Island. Cool, yeah. Alright, in the smack dab middle was a silverwood tree. Now, there were also shimmer leaves around it. Alright, here's the dilemma. Always a dilemma. First of all, actually, if I'm not right... Wait, what? No, the other way around. Anyway, there should be no aura nodes in the entire world. Let me get a, Thorm meter. Yep, there are no aura nodes in the entire world. So that's going to make things very easy for... Uh-oh. Oh, that'll end up somewhere. So yeah, we can strategically position aura nodes, and maybe even make them unstable somehow. So you have to feed off an... no, okay. I'm thinking pure aura node. Also, if you don't get a sapling off this, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because... oh yeah, there's no aura nodes, so... this can't actually use magic. Wow, that might be an issue. I can't actually grow this. because there's no magic. If I can get a crystal capacitor that is full, maybe I can do it. Alright, maybe I need to charge it up with some crystal clusters. Yeah, I'll charge it up with some crystal clusters. I'm not sure if this will work. I might have to just put a great wood there. Or it might grow by itself, I'm not sure. Alright. So, that should be, filling up. Maybe, I don't know if it is. In fact, we'll just let it grow naturally. Also, originally there were a lot of shimmer leaves around the base because they were more interesting and useful for creating the essences, like essence of lightest air and stuff. But now they're not, because those no longer exist. So, do they have a use now? I don't actually think they do. Well, not a non-researchable one by the look of it. Oh, they give quicksilver. That might be useful, actually. So, I'll plant a couple around the base. Maybe 2 there, 1 there, 1 there. 4 shimmer leaves. Oh crap, it's snowing. I don't want snow to build up. That looks very ugly. Alright, it's not snowing. Got no snow here. What about on the main island? No, stop falling. Thank you. Hate it when your double tap spacebar thing fails. It's really weird. When you go down too low, it's like this square thing. Right there. Anyway, let's fly all the way back up. Right, what do we got? Any snow? There's a little bit. Snow is bad. Because it looks very ugly. And it kills plants. Well, yeah. In real life it does anyway. And that's on the other island, and it won't snow on the nether. Okay. Oh wait, any settle over there? Not by the looks of it. Okay, cool. So, other things on this island. There was also it was a travelling trunk in Thorncraft 2. Now, I guess I'll make it a hungry chest. And it had some research materials in it. I think it had a Thorman. I think it might have had a wand, actually. So, I don't know. Let's put it down. Alright, hungry chest. In you, I shall place... what shall I place in you? I shall place... Well, you can get... Not a wand. You can make everything else. Maybe a cauldron. Yeah, cauldron might be useful, because you can get iron here, but it comes a lot later on. Yeah, I'll put a cauldron in. Bookshelves are easily obtained. So are tables. I think that's about all the... Oh, maybe a great wood sapling, just because. So there is currently no aura in the entire world. That is fantastic. Actually, no, that's not very good at all. Because I can't grow this tree without magic. Some way to create an aura node artificially. I don't think there is. You can't get it from any eye. I don't think there is a way. Well, I've got 2 options. Either let it grow naturally. I'm not even sure that it will, because there's no magic. I think it might need magic to grow. Other option is to build an artificial one, but I don't think that's going to work very well for 2 reasons. A, it won't actually have a node in the center, and you won't actually be able to do any magic. And B, it will look ugly like it did last time. Alright, that's a lot of diamond. Alright. Next island. And this video will probably end reasonably shortly. Okay. So, there's the Thorncraft Island. Okay. Next island. So, yeah, I like to put them out in directions. So, in that direction we've got one. In that direction we've got another. Let's put one in this direction. Except we'll put this one higher up. Like that one, the industrial craft one was lower down. Oh, this is great with. Oh no, we'll use diamond because we've been using it. This, I guess, will make Buildcraft Island. Yeah, we'll do Buildcraft Island here and thermal. No, yeah, let's use the big mods, or like the closest. So industrial craft. This will be Buildcraft, and out there I'll put Red Power Island. So this one will make a little bit higher up. So you have to actually build a ladder up to it. That should be a nice height, and out a bit further. Oh, get a bit closer. There we go. Also, great idea for when people do play this map, if you guys out there are going to play it. Build the way to get to your, well, to the Thorncraft Island. Make it on top of your mob grinder. Because the mob grinder is already really high up. And why build two massive towers when you can build one? Okay. A little bit further away. Okay, here. Buildcraft Island is made of sand, because you find mostly oil in deserts. So we'll make it from sand. And it obviously is going to have oil in it. Now, there is a way to make oil renewable with bees, so I'm just going to give you one bucket, and that is it. Now, in older versions of, like, in older versions of Technical Skyblock, with any Technomod, you would use Equivalent Exchange to get all your stuff. We can use Equivalent Exchange to get some of our stuff in here, but I think bees are probably going to take over, actually, for making resources renewable. So I'm going to need to make bees a thing. Okay. Also, part of this was stone, and that was where there was lapis lazuli, and there was another one of those crystal thingies. So let's get some lapis. And some normal stone. Okay, second of all, I don't even know if I actually said first of all, but second of all. Alright, there we go, there's lapis lazuli sitting to the bottom of the desert island. What was I going to say? I cannot remember what I was going to say. I was talking about bees, and then... Oh, yeah, Twilight Forest. You are not allowed to go there, because there's no way I can turn the Twilight Forest into... Wait, second thoughts. I might be able to make an age that is a void age that has similar, like, properties to the Twilight Forest. I might be able to do that. Yeah, but I'll try to do that. So you cannot use Mistcraft, but you're allowed to follow linking books that you find on lecterns. In fact, there's a building that has 2 lecterns in it. A linking book that follows you to a void age that has crystals in it, and another one that sends you to the Twilight Forest. So yeah. Okay, we're going to need some oil. Yummy, yummy oil. In fact, there's a stuff called sludge. No, monster essence. Is it placeable yet? I don't believe it is. No, it will be in 1.5. Okay. No, there's only one bucket of oil here. That is it. You can sort of see the dirt through the oil, which is weird. Alright. And classic example, oil is blue when you look through it. Okay. Now, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say, actually. Crystal clusters is the topic of conversation. Can you turn them back into crystals somehow? Let's find out what happens when you break them. Because I might use them instead of the infused ore stuff. Let's get a nice pickaxe. Diamond should be strong enough. I hope it will be. Oh, you might need to use a wand, I don't know. Right. Great, you get the crystal cluster back. That's not ideal. Actually, that's less than ideal. That's how you clear your inventory. Just hold shift and press over the delete button. Okay. Less than ideal. I'm not sure how I'm going to position the rest of the different kinds of crystal around then, because it'll look kind of a bit cramped if I insert them into this island. Also, there was no chest on the Buildcraft island. There was just the oil and the lapis. Okay. Yeah, so no chest. And yeah, no crystals either. I wonder where I'll put them. I might put them, because there's actually going to be loot chests around the level, because there's a, there is an abandoned mineshaft island, there's a dungeon island, there's a stronghold island. And there's also there's a village island, sort of. There's an island that has villages on it. It's not an entire village, it's one building. And in it is a Thorncraft villager and a bee villager, and that's it. Okay, so that's that. We got Oil Island up there. Now, I guess, yeah, we'll do Red Power Island, then I'll finish the episode. That one I will make level. Let's just get an easily placeable block, like, let's go lapis ore this time. Alright, this one I'm just going to put out in this direction, and it will be level. Now, Red Power Island is actually quite huge. It's quite a bit larger than the other ones, because there's a lot of ore there. There is silver. Yeah, what ores were there? There was silver, there was green sapphire, and there was tungsten too, even though that's useless. I just put it there because. I think there's, and there was some nickelite too. And you also, there was clay as well, but that was to build an alloy furnace, but you only had enough to build a powered alloy furnace. So, yeah, you had to also build solar panels. Alright, now, it was made from stone, dirt, and grass. And, see, where's clay? Clay, there it is. Oh, it's silverfish stone. I thought they were called monster eggs. Yeah, they are. That one might be an evil trick I could do. Anyway, stone is the bottom layer. Now, this island was very large. It was, well, not enormous, but it was rather large. I think it was something like, no, it was only one-dimensional. Well, I mean, yeah, it didn't have different heights all over it. I think it was shaped a bit like that. Yeah, and around here was where the clay was. There needed to be 5 clay blocks, so that'll be... yeah, 5 clay blocks. I'll make them here, here, and here. Yeah, 5 clay blocks, okay. So, 5 clay blocks is enough clay for a blue trick alloy furnace, but not enough for a coal-powered one. So you could only use it during the day. That was the one thing I missed about the solar panels with the macerator. You could only use the macerator during the day, but now you can use it all the time, but I guess it is kind of manual, because you have to keep putting the water in the mill. Okay, also on the island was a rubberwood tree. No, where's what's it called? The sapling for the red power rubberwood tree. Sapling. What are you called? Does it even exist anymore? I can't actually remember what it looks like. Okay, I'll land. I'll make it day, and I'll go into creative mode. And I'll go into Red Power's tab. That's always a good way to find things. Red Power, Red Power, Red Power, Red Power. Where you be? It's not a machine. It's not really a microblock or a wiring and logic. Oh, it's not a machine. It's not a microblock. Yeah, there's a couple of microblocks, that's weird. And well, it's not in the Twilight Forest. And it's not really for wiring either. It's not lighting. I can remember what it looks like now. It sort of looked jungly. Yeah, I could swear there was a rubberwood sapling. Did she remove it? That's not it. That's the one from Mine Factory Reloaded. I honestly cannot remember what it's called. I think it was just called a tree. No, it's not called a rubber tree sapling. It's not called a rubber... Ah, maybe she removed it. Also, dragging your mouse to this side of any eye allows you to highlight things on that side of any eye. I have no idea. Which kind of spoils things, to be frank. We will have to build one manually. This'll be, in fact, there's no leaves either. In fact, can I find the leaves? Yeah, that's the leaves. So, I'm going to do something probably rather stupid. Well, not stupid, just a bit silly. I'm just going to line up a whole bunch of the leaves and go along and break them in survival mode. That should work. But I'm going to do it with a sickle because it would be boring to be done by hand, and I need to be somewhere in a bit of time, so yeah. There's one! That's what I'm talking about. So what's it called? Rubber sapling. It's not there. That is really weird. That's really weird. It's not in any eye. That might just be a minor bug. Right, you cannot bone meal it. Is there other methods of instant growing stuff? The hoe. Although that might not work because there's no magic in the area. It doesn't work anyway. Is there some kind of a growth hormone syringe? No, okay. Also, now that I'm in survival mode, I was getting an IO expander. Interesting bug I found. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this in a different episode, but IO expander. Breaking it will give you 2 IO expanders. And in fact, to prove that again, so we've got 1 IO expander. See, inventory clear, 1 IO expander. Break it. I now have 2 IO expanders. Just a bug. I found that bug when working on my Mars mission map. I think that will grow naturally, so we'll just leave it to do that. Now, the ores in the bottom of the island. There was green sapphire, but there was only 1. The reason for that was so you could make a sonic screwdriver. Where is it? Where is it? Seriously. Let's try typing sapphire. Seriously, where did it go? That's the nether version of it. Really? Right, usage. Can we use these GregTech green sapphires? We can use them for hologram emitters. And pulverize them. Can I turn them into a sonic screwdriver? Okay, sonic. Give me a sonic. Okay, sonic. Recipe. Green sapphire. Recipe. Wait. Get it out of a scrap box. There's green sapphire ore. Yeah. Alright, I might just have to manually smelt stuff, because red power is being weird on the recipe front. Well, not the recipe front, the, NEI front. We want an iron furnace, because it will be faster. Any burnables? That's burnable. That's smeltable. Go. There we go, green sapphire ore. Yeah, red power is being a little bit dipped. Okay, grab you, chuck you, smash you, and plant you. Okay. I'll put it here. Alright, other things, there was a little bit of nickelite. In fact, can I macerate nickelite? Where is she? Nickelite. Why did you say she? No idea. How do you spell nickelite? Here it is. Only nether nickelite. Really? Really? Alright, things are being odd. Yeah. Things are being very, very, very odd. But good news is I can smelt it into nickelite ore. Wait. Can I macerate nickelite ore into a solid figure? Because if I can do that, I can mathematically set it out so you only get as much as you need for the whatever I'm going to use it for. Alright, can I macerate you, Mr. Nickelite ore? I can pulverize it, and I might get some diamond dust. That's actually pretty nice. 10%. Ooh, wow. I can for 10 nickelite dust. I can industrially grind it. I can rock crush it. Yeah, but I can macerate it, so... Iron furnace, please smelt for some reason. I have no idea why that is. Let's not grab some cossel, let's grab some coal. Cook it up. Things are just being weird today. Alright, we don't need to smelt anymore. Okay. Now, nickelite ore, so you get 10. So I think 20, 30. How much will you need for that? You need 4 for each. 4 times 8 is 32. Yeah. So, that's 30, and I need to get 2 from somewhere. Oh, that's only to make 1 solar panel. You need a lot of nickelite to make solar panels. But anyway, I need to go, so see you guys next time I do one of these videos, or next time I do a video. Oh, by the way, on an unrelated note, I am going away in a couple of weeks' time, going overseas. So yeah, don't expect videos for 2 weeks. So if I have a massive 2-week break from doing videos, you guys will know why, because I'm going overseas. Okay, this has been, I guess, part 1 of development of Skybeast. See you guys next time. Bye.